Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Ken and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be having a look at the SmackDown we just witnessed about 30 minutes ago. I liked this show. It was a good show. But I would have it was kind of treated as the B show, but you know, whatever. I am just excited to have a look at this show as a whole. I just watched it, and yeah, I'll just give my opinions on everything that happened. By the way, guys, if you want to see my Raw review for yesterday's Raw, wherever you are in the world, then look at my channel, and it is on a recent video. Anyway, so we started off with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. They come out, and it kind of felt like a video game, like Road to WrestleMania style, where they were both looking at the camera, they had their microphones, talking about Superstar's opportunity and all that. And then they brought out Dean Ambrose, said that he needs a challenger, and well, they announced a six-pack challenge. Now, what's funny is actually last night I was thinking about six-pack challenges and championship scrambles. I was actually thinking about those, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember those. I think it was Unforgiven in 2008 or something like that. And yeah, I was just thinking about six-pack challenges and championship scrambles for some reason. So yeah, so they announced that John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, and AJ Styles. Then they pointed out that there is one more man to complete for the six-pack challenge. So they announced that there'll be a battle royal, and the winner of that will go on to feature in the six-pack challenge. This it didn't feel like as good of a start as Raw had, but I was still excited for it. So, in the battle royal was Sin Cara in there? Could have sworn Sin Cara was drafted to Raw. Anyway, Kalisto, Simon Gotch, Aiden English, Kane, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Fandango, Tyler Breeze, Alberto Del Rio, Apollo Crews, Mojo Rawley, Zack Ryder, Connor, Victor, and yeah, they all featured in the Battle Royal. And for some reason, I thought Zack Ryder was going to win. I was glad when, I think it was Kane, got up and eliminated him. I honestly thought Zack Ryder was going to win. But Kane had a good showing for what it's worth. Kalisto, but yeah, and I thought the right man won in Apollo Crews. Next up, something major happened. As you can see, it was announced on tonight's show that former WWE Intercontinental Champion and ECW Champion Shelton Benjamin will be returning to WWE, and he'll be on the SmackDown roster. Whoa, I was actually fast forwarding through the ads, and then I saw Shelton Benjamin to Raw, so I just rewinded it. The package, for what it was worth, sure, but apparently he's made some major improvements since he left WWE. He was already a star, and I'm just excited to see what they'll be doing with him. Because holy shit, Shelton Benjamin is back. That's the first big return for the brand split. I was worried there'd be no returns, but anyway, yeah. Then we had Becky Lynch versus Natalya. I kind of knew who was going to win, Becky Lynch, coming out of the Battleground pay-per-view. And it just evens it up, even Stevens, you know, how WWE likes to do it. And yeah, Becky Lynch won. Nothing much to say about that match. I mean, it was alright. But, you know, they kind of just had it there, if you know what I mean. Next, Dolph Ziggler, talking about he's been banging his head on the glass ceiling, and he tries to steal the show every night, but he's been, you know, held back by the authorities, and now he's lost his ways, and he's ready to regain them and have a fresh start on SmackDown Live. And yeah, that was fine. After the Becky match, though, something interesting happened. I was actually excited when Alexa Bliss came out. Even more excited when Naomi came out. Then Carmella, like, I like Carmella, but like, what? It just didn't work really. And then Eva Marie came out, and that was shit. even makes her way out to the stage and shows off her beauty. It was absolute shit. Like, I was fine with Alexa Bliss. She actually did a great job, I reckon, on the mic. Then Naomi, obviously the experience, and yeah, that was good. But then towards the end of that promo, no, it was hardly even a promo. Just, it was, mate. Eva Marie really is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. So, yeah. Ugh. I believe next was Miss TV. This actually has it wrong. Well, kinda. Well, alright, so Miss TV started off with him saying that his guest was the Legend Killer. Through Evolution, he's built a legacy, he's former world champion and all that. And then he said that tonight's guest is none other than The Miz. Then Miz and Maurice go back and forth saying how good he is, pretty much. And then Miz is like, what it's like to be married to The Miz, Maurice's reality is better than everyone's dreams, yada yada yada. And then Randy Orton comes out, interrupts it. I didn't feel like it was as good as what happened at Battleground. Battleground seemed like a fresh Randy Orton that we haven't seen in a while. And this kind of brought it back to the well, I just noticed something on the side of the page. What was the prize of winning NXT Season 4? Showing your butt to Teddy Long, humiliating The Rock, dressing Michael Cole up like a bunny, or a tag team championship match. Anyway, all great prizes there. Orton and Miz went back and forth. Orton, it wasn't as good as the highlight reel last night. That was fantastic between Chris Jericho and Orton. It felt like a brand new Orton, and Jericho just did fantastic. But then, you know, Orton basically, it goes on for a while, and then Orton challenges him to a match. Miz beats him up the whole match. He was really selling that shoulder, and then Orton hits an RKO, and then he just stopped and waited for like 50 seconds, and it really looked like he was going for the punk kick, if any of you know what that is. And I thought he was going for the punk kick, and then he just waited for a long time, and then set up for his RKO, and, you know, hit it, and got the victory. A vignette, a video package, whatever you want to call it, for American Alpha. They will be making their main roster SmackDown Live debut for next week. Then Heath Slater came out. I believe it looked like it was about to be a squash match. He came in, threw out the random bloke, and basically grabbed the mic, and he was saying that there was a mistake. Oh, he's freaking fantastic, yada yada yada. He was the brains behind the Nexus. He was in 3MB. He was in the Social Outcast. He was in the Core. And he was like, sign Heath Slater, sign Heath Slater. And he actually got a bit of a reaction for some reason. Well, I guess the crowd couldn't have given him no reaction. Then, surprisingly, Rhino was up on the apron, went in the ring, gave him a gore, and that was fine. I didn't expect it to be Rhino. Thought there'd be some other star, not Rhino, someone else. But Rhino, I guess, sure. I thought he was doing something with Samoa Joe, if I'm not mistaken, but I guess that's just setting up for Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe, and I guess Rhino's going to have about a few months, maybe 1 or 2 storylines on SmackDown, which they need. They need more competitors to fill up, because they don't really have star power, they don't have many superstars, so that's what they needed. Next, AJ Styles was saying that it seemed a lot like the old era, that Shane and Bryan didn't draft the club, that Shane and Bryan don't like him, and that it doesn't matter because he'll beat up Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, whoever, and it actually says it right here, I wasn't even looking, and Dolph Ziggler, and he will also beat up John Cena, which is his favourite thing to do. Next, Bray Wyatt says that some things always stay the same. He's the eater of worlds, this and that. He's the beginning and the end. And yeah, he just did his usual little thing. Bray is here, Buffalo, and then he blew out his little torchy thing. Next, John Cena vs. Bray Wyatt vs. AJ Styles vs. Dolph Ziggler vs. Baron Corbin vs. Apollo Crews in a six-pack challenge to determine the #1 contender to the WWE World. I hated how they said just WWE World Championship. Why don't they say WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Since there's no reason to just say WWE World Championship since you already have the Universal Championship. But okay. It was an interesting match. Cena just gave everyone an attitude adjustment. It was a bit weird at the start with him not being able to pull up Baron Corbin, because he doesn't like weigh that much. He's just tall, but like he's been able to pick up the Big Show and Mark Henry with no problems before. So yeah, that's just my only complaint with this match, really. And then basically Styles' 450 splash was somewhere in there. Crews was in there. Everyone was kind of involved in the match. Corbin kind of had a good showing. And then Ziggler just came in, super kicks AJ Styles, and then he gets that victory, which I was surprised about. I honestly thought it would have been Bray Wyatt who won. But now I'm not sure what they're going to do with Bray Wyatt. Because if Bray Wyatt won, he could have gone ahead and faced someone like... What am I trying to say? He could have gone ahead and faced Dean Ambrose. Then we could have had Styles and Cena. Then we could have had like Dolph Ziggler and Crews or something. They'd work out something. But now I'm not sure what they're going to do with Bray Wyatt. I'm not sure. Like, obviously they're going to keep Cena and Styles. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler versus Dean Ambrose. Interesting. Anyway, that was basically a roundup. I used WrestleZone for this little video. I'll be leaving the link in the description. This was because ProWrestling.net didn't have theirs up yet. Percy Watson, obviously. Anyway, so yeah, let's just do a bit of quiz. What? Says Darren Young. Anyway, I'm just gonna end this off here. That makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I don't even know. Alright, anyway, that's been it for this video. If you did enjoy, please smack the like button and subscribe. Link to WrestleZone in the description, and links to my Twitter and Instagram. Also, check out my other videos on my channel. There's a lot of new content coming to the channel. And yeah, I've been Ken with you. Until next time, peace. Let me know your thoughts of SmackDown below, and let me know what type of WWE videos I should make.